How you doing? My name is Glenn. I'm making this recording because of recent events about understanding bees and how dangerous it is. Recently, a week ago, my cousin was behind his pond doing some weeding, didn't think nothing of it. He got enveloped in bees on his head. He made it to his house. They called 911. He wasn't allergic to bees. He went in coronary arrest. Within 4 hours, they put him in a cold water coma. It's a week later now. They warmed him up, but he's still in a coma, not expected to survive. That's a lot of bees. I'll give you a brief idea what it is. I took the bees out, and I don't know if you can see it, but all that black mass is about 2,000 bees in one small nest. What I consider a small nest. And it's probably more than that. I didn't even collect them all. They attacked viciously, like hornets, not like regular yellow jackets. I don't think anybody should play around no more, even as a homeowner. In construction, we always ran into them. You get the can of spray out, something like this. You spray the hell out of it, they run away, most of them. These new little yellow jackets do not run away, and they do not give up. They're relentless. They're like hornets. Spray works, but if you don't get rid of the nest, they rebuild right away. So today, I'm going to show you how to do this safely at home. You can call an exterminator, but in another scenario, the guy had some bees here and there. The exterminator wanted $430. He came with a can of spray, and before he started getting rid of the bees with the spray, he said, for $1,500, we can give you a year program to keep coming back. Well, if I paid you to get rid of the bees, why do I need you to keep coming back? That means you're going to spray them, not get the nest, and you're just going to perpetuate a paycheck at my house. We don't want that. As a homeowner, I'm not telling you to do it, but if you're going to do it right. First thing you do, you get a nice bee suit. The material is almost like a hospital coat. Scary the first time doing it, being enveloped. It works. About $30 to $50 you'll get them for. They're as much as $300. You don't need it. You're not a beekeeper. If you're in your yard doing gardening, you're in an area that you don't weed, a junk pile you didn't get to, a rock pile, what have you. I would highly suggest before you go to do gardening or whatever, or clean up that dirt pile, or rock pile, or wood pile, spray it with a hose the day before. See if you got activity. You got activity, time to break the suit out. You could use 6-inch cuff boots. They're fine because there's an elastic band around the ankle. I think you're better off with a longer boot with a rough bottom, so the cuff will overlay the boot more. Next thing, you put your boot on. After you put your suit on, you put your suit on. Easy enough. It's pretty durable. Even the cheaper versions. I wouldn't go with the $29 version. Your life is worth more than $29. I paid about $40 for this. It's a compromise. You zip it up. Manufacturer shows you how to take care of it. Zip it up good, tight. You put your hood over. Loosen it up. You zip your neck shut. Making sure, do not rush, that your suit is properly zipped up. No gaps. You put everything folded over nicely, material, and you Velcro that down. You are sealed in here. Next, you put these boots on. Like I said, the taller ones, just a little more safety with them. You put your boots on. I wouldn't be doing this with a pair of shorts and a tank top either. The suit I bought was meant XX. It should have handled a 6'2" guy. I'm 5'11". It just made it. So at 5'11", a XX is just cutting the mustard. So, if you're taller than me, I would suggest a triple X. Boots are covered all the way down. Next thing is your gloves. They give you a nice pair of leather gloves. They can't get through them. Although, what happened was one time that I guess a bee was very enthusiastic, and they got into the crease of the glove when it rolled up, and I guess he pushed himself, and I just felt them sticking me a little bit. Then I smashed them. And right now, as they say in wrestling, we are ready to rumble. I'm also going to bring up a brief attention on supplies I'm going to use. A grabber to grab the nest, if you're able to get to it. I use a shop vac, wet dry vac. I put a little water, car soap, Dawn detergent, make a little lather. The foamy helps round them out and fill them out the rest of the way. A nice flexible long hose, a bunch of pipes, whatever length you might need. And I noticed that they like to chase after things on the end versus me. So I tape a little something on the end, just for the hell of it. Give them something to get mad at. Red, I don't know if they're colorblind or not. I'm not a beekeeper. At this point, we've got everything we're ready to go with. Every situation is different. If you have a wood pile, you may want to get a hoe, or some kind of rake, or a shovel. Have all your equipment ready, and most of all, do not have anybody else there that's not in a suit. No animals, no people, no nothing, except for the guy doing this video with me. Okay? That's about it. We'll get ready to do a bee removal now. Thank you. See how much I'm not using Dawn soap. Alright. Just a little, this is regular car soap. I use Dawn soap, but I figured car soap would make a little more foamy, and basically it drowns them. If they're not in the water, they're still going to be in the foam drowning. So, and if you're in the ground doing it, obviously you're going to have a muddy mess eventually in your vacuum. So, there you go. Alright, so now, since we sufficiently pissed off the bees pulling back that mat, now we're going to really piss them off. In theory, and it does work, they stay on the vacuum tip. I hope you don't get stung. Manny's trying to get a close-up look with the camera. Sometimes curiosity does kill the cat, though. Right now, pretty much everything in here is toast. What is alive is probably not feeling too good anyway, but we're going to dump it out here just to give you an idea. I do it anyway, so how many bees are probably in here? Hard to tell with the leaf debris, but Manny's going to give you a good close-up, but there's a lot of bees in here. So, just to redo this, first of all, if you're allergic to bees, you have no business doing this, wearing anything. 2, you shouldn't be by yourself when you do it. There should be somebody around knowing that you're doing it, just in case, God forbid, you forgot to zip your zipper up, and they got in. Anything can happen. You don't know. 2, if you can get yourself an EpiPen handy, if you know somebody that uses one, and he could be around just in case, hey, something happens, stab you an EpiPen. Remember, it took my cousin no more than 5 minutes to go in cardiac arrest. Okay, so you get hit by these bees hard, you're done. I don't care where it is. You're pretty much done. I also took out the cloth that the nest was attached to because they seem to keep coming back to it. That's a double-edged sword. You may want to leave where the nest was attached to for the stragglers. They keep coming back. You keep sucking them up with the vacuum. You make sure you get them all. In this case, I think we got them all. Again, I'm not a professional. I'm not a beekeeper. Don't ever care to be one. Be careful when you do it. Don't get bamboozled into these thousands of dollars of deals that you can get from exterminators when they wind up sending an 18-year-old kid anyway to do the job. You're a grown man, you should, or a grown woman, you should be able to handle this. Just by wearing this alone makes you safe. Just make sure when you're done, there's no stragglers buzzing the tower. Okay, before you take your suit off, which my partner here made sure I wasn't being buzzed. So, thank you very much, and if you want to follow us, follow for more. Glen's DIY.